Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since I uploaded, but I'm back. And today I'm joined by Sr Moderator Warz. Apologies if this is a long one, but it is interesting, trust me. I hope you enjoy. Welcome, Warz. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. What about you?
I'm doing good, thank you for asking. To start off, could you tell us a bit about yourself?
So I'm Warz, or as many who know me as Seasonal Warz, or that person who changes their name for like every single season. I'm a Sr Moderator Cube, and I'm probably the only Scottish staff member. There used to be like a couple more Scottish staff members, but I'm like the only one left. Is right. But yeah, I'm basically a Sr Mod, and a little bit more of my personal side, I guess. Some of my hobbies include reading and listening to music and going for walks every once in a while. I think that's about it, really.
Okay. And how do you feel about being interviewed today?
I guess I'm pretty good. I'm pretty okay with it. I'm kind of used to doing interviews since interviews is one of the things I need to do as a senior mod for upcoming helpers. But yeah, I guess I'm doing pretty good. Still a bit nerve-wracking since, I guess it's like always the case if you're interviewing or getting interviewed by someone you've never spoken to before.
Yeah.
So there's that.
When and why did you start playing CubeCraft?
So I started playing CubeCraft way back in 2015 when I saw the pack YouTubers like Preston Plays, Lachlan.
Oh my god.
People, those sorts of people playing Egg Wars, and I got in, and I started like trying Egg Wars for like the first time, and ever since I got hooked into CubeCraft, mainly thanks to Egg Wars.
Of course. Okay, and I really want to know, like, could you tell us the story behind the Warz emoji?
The classic emoji that like everyone like uses. But
Yes.
I don't think it even has a meaning anymore. Like I see people in Espanol and like the Dutch channels in the Discord server like using the emoji, probably without like having like without like even knowing like the backstory. As far as I remember, the backstory of the Warz emoji came from like a private Lucky Islands game that I did with a bunch of friends back in 2018. You might recognize Sandcookie and Kloska being a part of that same game.
Yes.
I believe it was Sandcookie that took the emoji and then who took like an image of my skin's face and made a meme out of it. And ever since it's just stuck. Like everyone's like using it and stuff.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. What made you want to become a moderator on CubeCraft?
So it's a long time ago, like when I first wanted to become a mod, so I might not remember the details, but I'm very sure I wanted to become a mod is because I started like reporting like rule breakers in Cube back in 2017, and I started like thinking, what if I become like a staff member so I can actually like ban some of these people? It took so I think I made my first application like late 2017, like maybe around November. Oh my lord, I will say it was pretty cringy. Like I didn't have the requirements. I remember like making a post on my profile where it was like, yeah guys, you can ask me, feel free to ask me if you have any questions. And I'm like, oh god, why did I say that? So yeah, I kept like applying like every month ever since after that. I think it took about like 11 months, like 11 tries to actually get helper. I do remember like during summer 2018, I kind of like chilled out a little bit. Like I just didn't like want to like force myself to get helper. I just started being more myself. So and as a result, I ended up getting helper. I think it was like 25th of August, 2018. After like 11 attempts.
You were really dedicated. Okay.
Yeah. I kept trying.
Yeah, I can see. And how did you come up with your username?
So my first original username is Warriors1976, which the Warriors was based on a movie called Warriors, which is like a sort of like gang Hype movie, which is really good. Would recommend it.
Okay.
And the 1976 part is literally just from my parents' perfume.
Okay.
But ever since I started like using like Summer Wars, Spooky Wars, mainly because I just think like having a season and then Wars, which Wars is like the sort of version of Warriors.
Yeah.
I just started like putting seasons and Wars together, and ever since it's just fit. I think it's just a much easier name to say
Okay.
and sounds better than my previous first one.
Yeah, that's true. You've kind of answered this already, but outside of moderating, what other interests and hobbies do you have?
So as I said, I like reading. I like going for walks every once in a while, and there's one other thing I mentioned, but it's just now completely went out of my mind. But on top of that, I do like playing video games, especially War Thunder nowadays, which I'm quite enjoying. And and also Minecraft survival time to time as well, and
Of
modded.
course.
But yeah, other than that, I love my spare time. If I'm not doing moderation, I'm usually playing video games or reading books or listening to music. That's what it was.
Valid. That's valid.
Other than that, other than that, don't really have much to add on to that. Usually the main things I tend to do when I'm not moderating.
Fair enough. What do you believe sets CubeCraft apart from other servers?
What sets? Well, this is a bit of a hard question because I've not played other servers in a long time. I don't really pay attention to other servers. I think the last time I played on other servers like 6 years ago,
What?
which I think was Hypixel.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I guess like I can maybe like once or twice I've popped into other servers to see like have a look around. But like what really sets CubeCraft apart? The only answer I can really give to that is probably Egg Wars. I think Egg Wars is like quite unique with how it works. Egg Wars was what started like the entire trend of like Bed Wars and stuff. Yeah, I get that
Yeah.
Egg Wars and Bed Wars are quite different, but they do have the exact same concept, and Egg Wars is what made it popular
Yeah.
to begin with. I mean, maybe it's like a chance. Maybe Hypixel might have developed Bed Wars before if CubeCraft wasn't to make Egg Wars, but I think Egg Wars is what really set CubeCraft apart back in the day, in 2015,
Yeah.
2016.
We love Egg Wars.
You love Egg Wars, yes, especially Speed Egg Wars. Miss that game mode.
Can you walk us through a typical day as a senior moderator on CubeCraft?
So, my typical day is quite different compared to other senior mods. But
Ooh.
I guess like my own typical day, or what a typical day of a senior mod would be is checking helper apps, checking ex-staff appeals, since we also handle ex-staff appeals, and I guess like on top of that, like handling like inner responsibilities are given to us by our moderation manager, Captain Gato, and handling reports, tickets, maybe interacting in the community. I tend to sometimes interact with the community when I can.
That's
As long
great.
as that English General isn't exploding,
Yeah,
I should
of
say,
course.
since it could be pretty chaotic in that channel.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I guess that's like more of my typical day as a senior mod, and
Okay,
probably others as well.
fair enough. What are the most common issues you deal with as a moderator?
Probably one of the main issues, and it's not. It's understandable, but sometimes one of the main issues I tend to deal with is users being impatient about things. Sometimes users expect us to respond within like 20 seconds when it's just not possible.
Yeah.
That's one of like I understand maybe they have like a really urgent issue, but then when you do go to respond to the user, they don't their issue wasn't actually urgent to begin with. So so there's that. Other issues I common perhaps if the network goes down English General goes up in
Oh,
flames
yeah.
because
Yeah.
now that staff help doesn't exist, everyone has to go to English General.
Oh god.
With their, which I understand. Which is why I tend to put up a pinned message being like, hey, this is broken, please be aware. But people don't read the pinned message, so it's a bit pointless.
Yeah.
Maybe like it diverts some of the flames, like it stops some of the flames, but some people will not read the pinned message. But I mean, it's understandable. To be fair, I mean, people are really addicted to CubeCraft, so there's that.
Of course. Have you ever had to deal with hate from a community member?
Oh, I have a couple of times. I think I can't really remember like any specific situations of like people giving hate, but I have dealt with hate, and I usually tend just to ignore it or just leave it be.
Yeah.
It's just because it's just I mean it's a bit of a waste of energy to like trying to respond to like hate because I mean it is pretty unnecessary to be like hateful towards us volunteers. Like we're simply trying our best. Like we can't we're not perfect. Like we're just humans. So
Of course,
it's not a great idea to like give us hate because we're not doing because apparently we're not doing our jobs properly. But yeah, I have dealt with hate, but I can't really remember any specific examples of hate.
Okay. How do you balance your time between moderating and personal life?
It's a good question. I can. Usually I'm not the type of person to like plan out my days. I kind of just like do things like on the fly. Like I just do what my brain tells me to do.
Go with
Like
the flow.
if my brain tells me to do moderation, I will do moderation. If my brain tells me to do War Thunder, I will do War Thunder. Like I just do things on the fly. But
Okay.
I mean, I usually dedicate like some like now. I mean now it's like summer, and I'm going to like dedicate like I tend to like dedicate like more time to moderation if I have like full on free days. But if I'm like in college or if I'm busy with other real life stuff, I kind of like focus more time on my real life self. So I kind of like just take more time to chill. I mean, I have gone to the point where I do tend to do a lot of moderation during the night, afternoons and whatnot, or just me just doing like whatever I want to do.
Valid.
With, real life.
Okay. Do you use the forums and Discord a lot?
I mean, I do tend to like log into the forums every single time, every single day, but I don't really like interact with the forums. I tend to be more active in Discord, since that's where most of the community is at, and it's like a lot more active. But I do like take some time on the forums to like look at posts, like look at suggestions, look at profile posts. But yeah, but I don't really post. I just kind of just look at stuff, just read stuff.
I get that.
So, I mean, yeah, that's what I usually just use the forums for. I just read stuff, and then Discord, I'm a lot more active there.
Valid. Is it stressful at times being a senior moderator?
It can be. It can be a bit stressful at times. Not necessarily the senior mod stuff, but more of like the moderation side. Sometimes sometimes if there's a massive fire going on cube, then that can be pretty stressful at times, as you can imagine. I guess like other stressful things is if I'm trying to like do a lot of things at once, which I tend to do sometimes. I end up becoming a bit overwhelmed.
Of course, yeah.
But other than that, I can't really think of any other stressful situations.
Okay. So it's not too stressful.
It's not super stressful, but it can be stressful at times.
I get that. What advice would you give to someone who's interested in becoming staff on CubeCraft?
So my advice for anyone who wants to become a CubeCraft helper, just be yourself. Like it's a bit cliche at this point, but just be yourself. Like don't force yourself in trying to get helper, because if you're trying to force yourself to get helper, you might end up getting the helper position, but then you might not. But then you might realize you might not actually like being helper, and you might end up just resigning. Like trust me, that will happen. But like just let helper to come to you naturally. Like just take your time. You know, don't make applying for helper a 2-week affair. Make it at least a few months. I would recommend.
Yeah.
At least a few months. Like don't like try to get helper in like a fortnight, because it's not it's not really what we're looking for, because one of the helper values is commitment. Like we want to see if you're going to commit it. Like we can't see your commitment based on like 2 weeks activity, for example. We'll rather like much prefer like if you spend like a couple of months at least, like trying to apply for a helper rather than making like a fortnight affair.
Don't speedrun.
Just don't. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. Don't speedrun to get an helper.
Yes. And don't put on a persona.
Oh yeah, don't. Yeah, like I feel also like people who do rush themselves to helper kind of like put on like a fake mask, and you don't really get to see like the person in their true form, which can lead to issues down the line, I would say.
Yeah.
But you know, that type I would recommend to just let it come to you naturally. Don't speedrun it.
Of course. How often do you communicate with other moderators and staff members?
I communicate with staff members quite a lot on a daily basis. I'm pretty good friends, I would say, with some of the staff members. Some of them have known for some time now. Yeah, I would say like I do communicate on a daily basis, almost somewhere around there.
That's good. What qualities do you think are essential for a good moderator?
Patience, responsibility, and honesty are the 3 most important qualities, I would say. Like I mean, you need to be patient. Like, you know, you want me to break them down if you want. I can break them down if you want.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, like, you know, in the helper values page, like we expect, you know, staffers to be honest, because if they make a mistake, we want them to admit to making that mistake, and so it's not resolved. Like we don't want people like leaking commands and stuff and not saying anything about it.
Yes, yeah.
So if it was an accident. We want, you know, patience. Obviously, you know, we expect you to be patient and community members. Like you're going to be handling a lot of tickets. You're going to be handling a lot of reports. Like we don't want you to like lose your frustration over a community member who's asking like the exact same question like twice, which has happened a couple of times. Like people have like asked multiple questions in the same ticket, or just whatever, or just whenever. And responsibility, I guess it kind of just ties in. I guess responsibility kind of ties in more into honesty, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
And I guess I also like mature. You can also throw in there as well. Like obviously, we want you to be professional and stuff, and
of course,
and not be super unsure about things. But yeah, I think those would be the 4 most important qualities, I would say, to any moderator.
What tools or software are crucial for the moderation team?
Tools or software? So obviously Discord.
Yeah.
Minecraft, obviously. But yeah, jokes aside, OBS is probably the most important, at least for me personally. Really? OBS. Because there are times where you might need to like record like somebody like rule breaking, and you may need to ask evidence. Or if you're going to like ban like a well-known player, you might as well grab evidence so that, you know, they can't, so that if they are indeed cheating, then they can't like lie themselves away. Then they can't lie themselves like out of their ban. Like you have evidence to back up your ban if they're claiming it's false and stuff. But yeah, I think OBS is probably the most important. I guess like anything you can like use to take screenshots with, because usually because me personally, I tend to whenever I see somebody like break a rule in chat, I usually take a screenshot of it so I can like refer back to it, so I don't like forget. So I guess that's more of like a Minecraft thing really, since.
Yeah.
But even Xbox, if you're using Bedrock, you've got the
the Xbox app. Right.
Yeah, the Xbox app.
Where do you see CubeCraft in the next 5 years?
I think the same. I think the same response as Lyra. I think it's really hard to tell.
Fair.
I think CubeCraft might probably will be still kicking around. It really comes
Hopefully.
into Minecraft. I think it really comes down to like where Minecraft goes. I would say, if Minecraft is still doing well in the next 5 years, then then I'm sure CubeCraft will also do well. Obviously, it really depends on where CubeCraft wants to go in 5 years as well. Where Zach's team wants to go in like 5 years. It's partially Minecraft and it's also CubeCraft as well. I think both of them go hand in hand for that question. Just really depends on where they want to go, both of them.
Do you work closely with the development team?
I wouldn't really say so. I mean, I guess like maybe like maybe with RedNet when it comes to like Sentinel, I suppose. But other than that, I don't really work closely with the dev team. But I do talk to a lot of devs, but I don't really communicate with them, I would say. Or I don't really like work closely with them.
Fair enough. So time to time.
Yeah.
Fair. What personal goals do you have within the CubeCraft community?
Personal goals? That's actually a tricky one. I've never thought about this question before.
Ooh,
I guess like a personal goal of mine, thinking about on the fly right now, is I just want to like see the community like be more respectful towards staff members. I would say, especially towards those volunteers who dedicate our own time over. Well, as volunteers, basically like dedicate our time over to like focus on Cube better than other things in real life. But sometimes people do treat us very disrespectfully, I would say. And I want to see that get lessened. And I guess another personal goal is I would.
It is a tricky question.
It is a tricky question because yeah, I've not really thought about this question.
Nah, that's fair. What has been your proudest moment as a CubeCraft moderator?
Ban and fly cheers whenever they are about to kill something. No, I'm joking. Well, I guess that's a good moment.
That is one.
A proudest moment of mine. I guess. I mean, I do suppose getting Sr Mod is probably my proudest moment.
Yeah.
I guess I don't think I have the kind of exact proud moments, if I'm being honest. Which is pretty odd. I mean, I guess that one could be considered one of me getting Sr Mod.
How do you think the role of moderator will evolve in the future?
How I think it would. I think moderator would probably stay the same. I mean,
okay.
I think we will still be. I think us mods will still be the ones who would be banning all cheers and stuff besides Sentinel and handling like handling all current moderation duties. I don't think it's going to change. I think it's just going to remain the same, I would say.
Yeah, if it works, it works.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, there's no point changing it.
Yeah. What person or people in the community would you say you were closest to?
What person, or like in the community or the staff team? Or both?
Both.
Oh,
sure.
community. I'm not sure. I mean, I I don't think I'm close to anyone like specifically. I guess like I'm good friends with a lot of different people. Mainly from the staff team. I know. I mean, I'm still good friends with like people who aren't staff but are in the community still. Like Jemmy, for example, and Caramel.
Yeah.
But and also Hackers Don't Win in Calogen. But other than that, I don't really say I'm close with anyone, honestly.
Okay.
since a lot of people who I knew are now like all busy and
Mm,
stuff in real life, which is understandable since
of course.
COVID's over, everyone's like back back outside and stuff.
We all miss Jemmy.
We all miss Jamie.
Did you ever have any toxic encounters in game?
Oh yes, a lot. I still remember this case. I'm not gonna say way back in 2016.
Ew.
What the person said was pretty horrible. I think I remember the exact words. I kind of just shrugged it off, but I do remember what the person said to me. I'm not gonna say it here because it's a bit over the top what they said to me.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh god, must have been bad.
Yep.
Would it happen like often though, or?
I don't. Well, now that I don't really play as much as I do in Cube compared to I would say like a couple of years ago, since usually I only come into Cube to play do moderation. But when I did play games, I don't think I'm in a staff. It was pretty common, but before it was staff, it was pretty common.
Okay.
Mainly just I mean, it's not. It's not to me like personally. It's just people just being toxic because they lost a game and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like those types of toxic people.
Who are some old staff members that you miss?
Animal Tamer, I miss her a lot. I used to be. I think I used to be quite close friends with her actually.
Okay.
So Animal Tamer, a lot of the, I guess like a lot of like the old staff team between 2020 and 2021 I do miss. Like Walto, I'm trying to think, Hackers to Win, who I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I need to look at the staff history for it because there's so many.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Keanu.
Oh yeah, Keanu. Yep. Keanu, Pridely, Sanktuki, Dark Ninja, Pineapple, and Onyx. I think like those are the main. I mean, there's probably a few more, but they're not popping the menu. Oh yeah, Unesco's another good one as well.
Oh yeah, Unesco.
Yeah. And oh yeah, Story Says, my fellow countryman.
He was admin, right?
Yeah, he was. I think he was like a design admin, if I remember correctly. He was the one that at least the update QCraft Java feature thread way back in September 2022.
Do you personally prefer playing Java or Bedrock?
I would say Java more for like survival and modded, but Bedrock for QCraft, I would say.
Yeah.
Since Bedrock, if I go into a game, I'm less likely to encounter tryhard.
Oh.
If I go into Java nowadays, I'll probably encounter a lot of tryhards.
Every game, yeah.
But Java, but I much prefer survival for Java and or I prefer Java for survival and modded, I should say. I tried Bedrock survival once, and I got killed by a pillager that felt like he had like a bow. That felt like his crossbow was a machine gun. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
They're rapid fire, I swear.
Oh god, I've never tried that, so I'm scared now. What was the best year for you personally in your CubeCraft experience, and why?
My best year?
Yeah.
I would say 2020. Because well, 2020, that's when I became mod the second time. After Zed made that, we were changing up QCraft thread back in January 2020, where it got to a point where there was actually like more admins, and there there was mods, so he offered like new old
Jesus.
mods to return. So I got mod. Then later that year, I got Sr Mod in August 2020, and then I believe and I think that's it really. I guess 2020 was also a great year because I got to like meet like a bunch of cool staff members as well.
Yeah.
A lot of them who I became good friends with at the time. So yeah, a couple of them I mentioned earlier, but
Yeah. It was also a good year for CubeCraft, right?
It was actually, yeah. I mean, I think it's mainly thanks to COVID, to be fair, because a lot of people were indoors. But I do think, but at the same time, there was also the giant Nether update for 1.16 on Java that came out that year as well. Came out at a perfect time, I would say. But yeah, no, Cube did pretty good. A shame that they didn't like bypass Hive's record of like 61,000. I think Cube only got about 50,000, 54,000.
Close.
Total player count since Hive had Java at the time.
I didn't know they had 60,000.
Well, I think it was 61,000 combined with Java and Hive. I think, or maybe it's just Bedrock actually. I can't remember.
Okay, let's go on to the personal questions and fun ones. What's your favorite holiday and why?
My favorite holiday? Do you mean like?
Yes.
Do you mean like day holiday? Do you mean like Christmas holiday, Easter?
Let's do both, like seasons and days. Yeah.
I guess my favorite season is winter. I would say winter or fall, one of those two seasons.
Okay.
Since I much prefer cold weather and hot weather.
I can relate.
Plus, and I would say I actually do quite like Halloween. I'm more of like a Halloween person, and I am like Christmas. I still like Christmas. Maybe Christmas is like second. I would say, but what's hard?
Why do you like Halloween?
I like Halloween because I just like the music that comes out of Halloween. Like This Is Halloween, for example, from the Nightmare Before Christmas movie. I like that song a lot. And I just like the Halloween theme. Like it just feels more. I can't describe it. I just I just like Halloween. That's all I can say. I just like the music that comes out of that theme. I mean, I do. It just feels it's just more of my type. Even which is pretty odd because I'm not a big horror games person, but I like Halloween more than I do like Christmas.
Well, okay. Unexpected then. Do you have any role models?
Do I have any role models? I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think so. I mean, I've wrote down what my role model was in the past. Like I remember being asked in school, like, who is my role model? I would write someone down, but then I wouldn't really follow in that person's footsteps. I'll just be myself. So I don't think I don't think I've ever had like any role models.
What's your favorite movie?
Free Willy. I absolutely love it. Maybe it's probably my most favorite movie ever.
Why?
It's mainly just due to the fact I like orcers, and I just like the story of Free Willy, where it's just this orker that's like trying to escape back to his family. With the help of a Jesse, who originally doesn't bond with Willy, but then he does form a bond.
What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
The strangest thing I've ever eaten.
It's very random.
I think maybe the strangest thing I've ever eaten is probably squid. I've had to guess. I mean, it's not. I mean, I don't think it was bad when I tried it. But I think it was probably like the strangest. I don't think I've eaten anything like stranger than that.
Yeah, I mean, squid is pretty strange. What's it like? Like, is it?
Oh, that was a long time ago when I had to quit.
Okay, fair.
I think I was like 13 when I had it.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Because I remember my school like doing this like the seafood tasting event, and I went to it with my mum, and I had like squid. I had like a squid during that event.
Wait, you kind of answered this, but do you play any other video games?
So yeah, I do. But not as frequently as I do with War Thunder. I do, I do tend to like play Rocket League sometimes. I also play. I do tend to play. I do tend to play a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's, since it's one of my favorite games besides War Thunder. Sid Meier's Civilization 5, Hearts 4, and I tend to play, and I also do play Grounded and Computer Heroes 2 and 3.
What's War Thunder about?
So War Thunder is, I was about to say realistic, but it's not super realistic. But it's basically a tank plane naval helicopter game with vehicles ranging from the interwar period to World War II vehicles to the Cold War to current day vehicles, or I should say the modern day age. It's a free. I mean, it is, yeah. Like you've got tanks versus tanks. You've got planes versus planes. You've got tanks and planes versus tanks and planes, and so on.
Just the whole mix.
Yeah, I tend to play a lot of tanks and planes, though. Recently, I've been playing a lot more planes, which in the past I didn't really like planes, but now I've actually quite enjoyed playing planes.
Okay. Is it like strategy based kind of, or?
No, it's basically real time combat.
Oh. Okay.
So like you go for a match with like a lineup of tanks. Like for example, you can bring 5 tanks with you, even though, and you queue for a battle, and then you get thrown into a game with 10 other teammates, and you're going up against a team of 11. It's just, yeah. Have you ever seen like World of Tanks?
Yeah.
By any chance? War Thunder is kind of like that, but it's
better.
Yeah, I would say better, honestly, because the tanks don't have health bars. Which is one thing that I've always hated about games. Like, I just hate seeing tanks with health bars. Like, I'd rather just see a tank knock out a tank's engine and stuff. Yeah, because that's what War Thunder is about. Like, if you shoot at a tank, you could take out one, or you can take out either all of its crew members. You can take out, because the War Thunder tanks have different components. Like, you've got your engine, you've got the you've got like the 5 crew members, for example, and the ammunition, and the ammo and stuff. And you know, if you had like a tank in any of those parts, you can basically knock it out. Like if you knock out the tank's engine, its engine, it has to repair its engine and stuff.
Yeah, no health bar needed.
Yeah, no, it hasn't. It's basically World Tanks, but no health bar.
Okay, fair enough. What made you start playing Minecraft in general?
I think this goes back. I think it goes back to another YouTubers. I think this time it would probably be the Yoastcast. When I saw them do their Tekkit series. I did originally start playing Minecraft with a cracked account back in 2013, but I'm mad. But then I got the game for like £18. I think in January 2014, when just right after 1.7 came out, and ever since I've stuck with it. Ever since I've just been using that account.
Okay. Damn, one account. Okay, fair.
Yeah, I think I started. Yeah, I think when I got the cracked account, I think I was playing on. I think it was when 1.5 came out, but then I decided to get the game for like £18 from the Mojang website.
So you started in 2013.
Pretty much, yeah.
Jesus, for okay, fair.
I think I also got into modded around that time as well. Maybe not. I think maybe not 2013. I think it was like after I got like a real Minecraft account from the official Minecraft website. That's when I started getting into modded as well. Once again, thanks to the Yoastcast for their Tekkit series.
What would be your favorite all-time mod?
My all-time mod, First, I'm not gonna lie. For a second, you meant CubeCraft mod. I was like, oh no,
No, no.
no. Um, I think my all-time mod would probably be Tinker's Construct. I think that mod's a lot of fun.
Ooh.
You get to like design your own tools and stuff.
You said you read, right?
Yep.
What's your favorite book or series of all time?
My favorite book would have to be this. This book is called Year by Year Science Book. It's basically a science book that goes for like all the years from like when humans invented stone tools to now us doing more stuff in genetics and stuff. It's a really good book. I highly recommend if you're interested in science.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite book.
Fair enough. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, I've got a really simple answer to this one. I would absolutely love. I would only eat tuna sandwiches. Like, I absolutely love tuna, and and as a result, I like tuna sandwiches.
Okay.
I mean, free protein.
Protein? Yeah. Fair enough. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
My best piece of advice I've ever received. I mean, I guess like from my parents, like, you know, you've got this, keep going. It's kind of like cliche things.
Yeah. Motivational.
Yeah, motivational. I mean, I do tend to like watch motivational videos like every once in a while, to be fair. So usually I do get good piece of advice from those videos.
What are some new skills or hobbies that you'd like to learn in the future?
New skills or hobbies? One skill I would probably love to develop is probably more leadership and communication. Those are two skills I would love to improve upon. Being able to like lead groups and being able to talk more clear, I would say, are my two most important things right now. As for hobbies, that's a tough one. I guess like a hobby I would love to do is maybe like play like a musical instrument sometime in the future, if I ever get the time to do so.
The piano, or
maybe the guitar, I would say. I think it'll be fun. And I guess like another hobby I would love to do would be, I guess like this kind of like ties more into leadership. But I would love to like lead a group, like lead like a community event on CubeCraft.
Oh, fair. Those are pretty fun. How can players best support the work of moderators?
Okay, so I do remember you asking Lyra this question, and I've thought about it ever since. And my answer to yeah, I watched Lyra's interview. I watched Lyra's interview to like prepare for this.
Smart, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Usually I don't prep things ahead, but I decided to do so this time.
That's fair.
So what I would say to like any community members, like best supporters, is be patient with us. Like we're just volunteers. Even not just volunteers. Like be patient with all staff members. Like be patient with the devs. Be patient with the admins. Be patient with us. Like
yeah.
Like we're alert. Like, you know, especially if the network's gone down, or there's been like an update that's come out and you don't like it. Like just be patient with us. Like, you know, if you want an update to be changed, make a suggestion. Like choosing to complain like and rant about it is the absolute wrong thing to do.
Doesn't solve anything.
It doesn't solve anything. Like, we rather see constructive feedback. Like, that's better than ranting, because that might actually get considered more than an actual rant. And also to like just anyone who complains about WODs not looking at reports, again, be patient, be respectful. Like, if a report gets denied and you truly believe it shouldn't be denied, don't go about harassing the staff member who denied it and saying they should get demoted and stuff. Just contact the staff member who denied it, and if you still don't agree with the decision, make a snap feedback. Like, don't go harassing people.
Yeah.
Please.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh God. Nobody's perfect. Like.
Yeah, like we're all human. Like every single one of our staff members are humans. But we're not bots. We're not ChatGPT. We're not AI. We make mistakes.
You just reminded me of a question. Okay.
Oh.
Do you think AI will be like incorporated with CubeCraft in the future?
I can probably. I would probably say so. I mean, AI is starting to evolve a lot, and it is starting to take over parts of people's lives and stuff, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
heck, you've got people who are using ChatGPT to write their essays for university and stuff.
Yeah. What would be your opinion on like AI overall?
I think I would say AI right now is probably scary. I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that AI is like, getting used by a lot of companies and stuff without it being, checked and made sure it's like safe to use and stuff. Like it's just the AI is just getting like AI in a nutshell is just being thrown into doing people's work and stuff without any sort of like safety checks or anything, I would say.
Yeah.
Like we don't know how safe AI is to use. Maybe I can't. You know, have you ever seen the game Detroit Become Human? Any chance?
No.
Oh,
What's it
that
about?
one's about androids and stuff, where androids like start like rebelling against their human overlords. That's going to happen.
Oh God.
But no, I'm joking. Maybe.
Hopefully not.
ChatGPT takes over the world. I'd love to see that.
No. Hopefully not in our lifetime anyway. Do you have any like shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, I would give a shout out to the community. The community really does make CubeCraft what it is.
Yeah.
I get that there are updates that a lot of queue members might not be happy about, such as 5v5 block wars, which I've seen people spam in the block wars
Really?
channel. Yeah, people are not happy with 5v5 block wars. Oh no, wait, no, sorry, they're not happy with 5v5 block wars. Sorry, I meant 10v10.
Oh.
I see a lot of people spamming hashtag bring back 5v5 block wars. And I guess like big change updates, community's usually not happy, but I do think a lot of updates that CubeCraft does have good intentions behind it. They're just not obvious to the community, I would say. People might disagree, but that's just how I think. Like, I just don't think a lot of the good intentions behind any update is obvious. What else? Oh yeah, I would show. I want to show. I've got a couple of shows, like a couple of ex-staff members. Like I want, like like one of them probably has to again be Animal Tamer. Animal Tamer is just. If I had to say like one role model in the staff team, I think it will have to be Animal Tamer.
Right.
Like she was just she was just great at what she did. Like she was there for anyone. And
Just an overall good person.
yeah, she was very much. She was overall good person. Like everything she did, she had good intentions with, and yeah. And I guess like a couple of friends like Kilting and Redned, and the Liar, who's an RX staff member who I forgot to mention earlier, who I miss. I guess like friends and family really. I'd give shout-outs to.
Is there anything else you'd like to share about your experience as a senior moderator?
The fact that I don't think I have like anything to like share. I mean, I guess like the one thing when it comes to like helper interviews is trying to is trying like if someone's like a completely different time zone to you, it's an absolute pain trying to figure out
Oh
what
God.
time to do the helper interview. I remember at one point I accidentally missed the scheduled interview by like an hour. I was like, oh wait, oops. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot to do an interview once, but like I never. But it happens.
God.
Yeah, other than that, I don't think I have anything else to share my experience with Sr Mod about. I do remember I did ask to do 2 questions later on.
Yes. Okay. Let's go back to those. Was one of them? What's your favorite childhood memory?
Oh yeah, that was one of them. My
Yes.
favorite childhood memory. Oh, this one's hard because because the thing about me is I don't remember much about my childhood. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Bro, same.
it's so hard. I mean, like the only memories I'm thinking of are ones from like
Yeah.
my teenage years. But that was like
Mm.
that was like 3 years ago. But
Okay.
no. But I guess like a memory of mine is like maybe like going to like this ski slope. Well, it wasn't like a ski slope. It was like this indoor skiing, this indoor like venue that had like this ski slope inside. That was fun. I didn't actually go skiing, but it was pretty fun to like see.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I can imagine.
I guess like a couple of childhood memories is going to like this park in Scotland called M&D's, which has shut down.
Oh,
Um,
sad.
due to I think it got shut down for health and safety reasons.
Oh
Um,
Jesus. What?
but I remember going there a couple of times with my family, and I remember going there on a school trip. And I do remember going on a Ferris wheel, and I have a strong fear of heights. But I went on this
Really?
Ferris wheel with a couple of friends when we went on a school trip, and I thought for a second we got stuck up on top of the Ferris wheel.
Oh no.
At the really top, by the way. Like, it was not at the bottom; it was at
Not
the really top.
the exact top.
Yep.
I would hate that. Did I ask this question?
Which
How
question?
has your journey been from starting as a player to becoming a senior moderator?
You have not. I can answer that one.
Okay, let's do it.
I mean, it's a long journey. I mean, me starting off as a player back in 2015, getting really hooked into Egg Wars in 20. Well, I got hooked in Egg Wars at first, but I got really hooked into it in 2016 when they added the solo mode to Egg Wars, and then 2017 when they added Speed Egg Wars. But yeah, it's been a long journey, especially trying to apply for helper is also a long journey. I mean, it took me from like November 2017 to August 2018 just to get help to finally get
Jeez.
helper. Um, and then yeah, I mean my journey has for sure like had a lot of ups and downs. I mean 2018 and then 2018 4th of November is when I got mod. Then I resigned exactly a year later after that because I wanted to focus on school. I started failing school, so then I rejoined the staff team and I started succeeding in school. But also I reapplied to join the staff team when Zed made that thread because 20 people DM'd me asking me to return as a mod, so I just did.
Jesus.
I remember one of them being Priley, looking at you, Priley.
Hi, Priley.
I don't think Priley will ever see this, unfortunately. But
Sad.
but yeah, and then August, and then not the 4th of August, the 8th of August 2020 is when I got sent on. Also somewhere also I think in 2021 I was also a QA member as well for Cube, part of the QA team. I think I got QA. I can't exactly when I can't even remember where I got QA, but it was a QA team. It is mentioned somewhere in the staff history thread. I think it was like 2021 something. But then I resigned for that in September to focus more on the staff team. Then, yeah, I mean, my journey's been long, but it's also been quite fun at times. Getting to meet a lot of cool people during COVID, who are now all long gone, unfortunately.
Sadly.
Yeah, I still talk to them sometimes. Talk to zones people time to time, but they're usually quite busy, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I don't really have anything to add to that. I mean, it's just been a long, fun journey. Difficult times, though, I would say. Stressful times.
I'd say you are one of the like longest running staff members, right? Or
I am one of the longest running, but Kloska's ahead of me by like 2 months because I resigned for like for like a couple of months. If I didn't resign, I would be ahead of Kloska by like a
no?
month. Or
And he's like first.
he's like the first oldest mod right now, or current mod, I
Oh,
should say. I'm second.
nah. You must be kicking yourself.
Yeah, I'm definitely but no, it's all good.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, what's one message you want to leave for the people listening?
What message?
Pressure.
Well, it's not really pressure. It's because my brain came up with like 3 different ideas at once, and
Jesus.
they all like jumbled into each other.
Okay, fair enough.
It's like I'm trying to solve like a game of Scrabble in my brain right now.
Okay.
um,
No, take your time.
I mean, I'd just say like just keep being awesome, just be yourself. If you have an opportunity, don't let it go by you.
Of course.
Um, yeah, I guess that's really it. Just be yourself, just be awesome. I guess it's not really a good message.
No, it is. It is. Well, that's all the questions. Thank you for joining me today. It was very fun.
It was. No worries.
And thank you to everyone who has watched this far.